All right, let's start with our pick of the week. I will go first. I'm going to go to a well that we're both familiar with. That it's a profitable for both of us. Give me the under in Iowa State, 36 and a half points. I listen, if both teams get in the 20s and I lose, I will take that. I will wear that. It was 10-9 last year. Iowa scored 24 points on Utah State last week. Iowa State scored 30 on an FCS team. I think this is like a 17-14, 13-10, 16-13 kind of a game. So give me the under 36 and a half in Iowa State and Iowa.
I picked that one as well. So
Let's go.
I am in agreement with you. You got to. Like we said, this game was 10-9. I have no idea what Iowa State is going to look like with numerous guys out because of the gambling incident that did happen. Like we mentioned, I didn't think Iowa looked particularly impressive and could not run the ball against Utah State. I think they're going to have to struggle doing that. Iowa State always puts out really good defenses, as does Iowa. I think, like you said, this is a typical. Yeah, this might be like a 20 to 13, 17 to 10, I think, type of game. But yeah, give me the under 36 and a half.
All right, Lucas, your lock of the week. Give it to the people.
My lock of the week. So going back to a well that did not work this past week for me. I did not pick this one on the pod, but I did pick it in real life, and that was North Carolina overs. North Carolina did their job, but South Carolina did not. But remember last year, North Carolina App State was absolutely bonkers. I think that was the game. Like 80 points were scored, like in the fourth quarter, or 60 some points were scored in the fourth quarter. So I am taking the over again this year. App State, UNC, the over is 61 and a half. I think even if UNC's defense is legit, I still think this is maybe like a 35 to 30, or maybe it's like a 42 to 28 type like game or something like that. So give me the over. I think Drake May and them looked impressive. And I think just because of this game last year, I know App State doesn't have like Chase Bryce and a few other guys left, but I'm sticking with the UNC overs until it consistently proves me wrong. I'm not 100% sold on that defense. South Carolina was replacing, I think, like 3 or 4 starters on their offensive line from last year, and it clearly showed. So, yeah, give me the over for App State UNC.
My lock of the week is going to be Oregon -7 at Texas Tech. This line actually, I bet this yesterday. The line actually moved. It's -6.5 now on FanDuel. But I just think Oregon's better than a touchdown against Texas Tech. And maybe it's a little bit of recency bias. We just saw Texas Tech lose at Wyoming in double overtime. Oregon put up 81. I just think Oregon, with its offense, we talk about it's got really good running backs. The receivers are good. And last year in their big non-conference game, they got shelled against Georgia. This year, it's in prime time. It's on Fox. I think they're going to want to go to Lubbock and send a statement. And I guess I just think Oregon is more than a touchdown better than Texas Tech. So give me the Ducks on the road. I'm going to lay the 7 points for my lock of the week. All right, your upset pick, your underdog of the week.
My upset. So a game we talked about pretty thoroughly. I was still surprised this line was this much. I'm taking Texas +7 on the road at Alabama. I think this is a close game like it was last year. Gonna come down to the wire. I think maybe to who has the ball last. And I just think there's in my mind I just don't see Alabama as more than a touchdown better right now than Texas. Which last year, I think this was like a 20-point spread in Austin last year. So it's kind of crazy for me to be saying that. And look, Alabama could prove me wrong. I feel like every time we doubt Bama and a game like this comes up, they have one of those traditional Bama like slobber knockers where they just crush a team by like 2 or 3 touchdowns. So I could be wrong, but I think this is going to be a really, really close game. Battle between, I think, a really good quarterback and a potentially really good defense in Alabama. So give me the Horns, and I will take the points +7 with Texas.
I like that. I looked at that as well. That opened at 7.5, so it is quickly closing. So good for you to get that at 7. My underdog of the week, my upset is going to be Vanderbilt +11.5 at Wake Forest. I looked at this line yesterday. It was 12.5, and it's already 11.5, and I think it's going to go down to under 10 for a kickoff. I watched a little bit of Wake Forest and Elon on Thursday. I wasn't super impressed with Wake. I know they're working in a new quarterback, right? Sam Hartman's gone. You bring in Mitch Griffs, or not bring in, but he was the quarterback for week 1 last year when Hartman missed. Donovan Green, their best receiver, got hurt in preseason camp. He's going to miss a couple months. I just don't think Wake Forest is 12 points better than Vanderbilt. I know Vanderbilt looked shaky against Hawaii. I think they looked a little bit better against Alabama A&M. I don't think Wake doesn't have a tremendous home field advantage. Their stadium only seats like 30,000 people. And I think this is a real chance for Vanderbilt to get a win. And it wouldn't surprise me if this is a one-score game. It's an early game. It's 11 a.m. Eastern on ACC Network. I have no idea why they do these early games on ACC Network. But I always seem to bet them. I think 2 years ago I took Illinois against Virginia, and that was a disaster for me. So I don't learn my lesson. But yeah, give me Vandy plus 11.5 at Wake Forest for my upset pick of the week.
I like that because I think people are betting too much on that early season Vandy game against
you saw it with
Hawaii,
right? Like we saw it. Like Hawaii was only minus or plus 4.5 against Stanford, and Stanford beat them by 13.